What's up, pre-PTs, and welcome back to another video on how to stand out in your physical therapy school application in 3 minutes or less.
Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality in the lab with the...
So on this video, we're going to be talking about how to stand out using your research and knowledge of the physical therapy schools you're applying to. Okay, on the previous video, we talked about how to use the knowledge of the profession as a whole to stand out. And if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out because we're going to be using those same concepts here. But now we're going to get a little more nuanced because, hey, these are the schools you're applying to and you should probably know a little bit about them if you're applying there. If you're going to spend all this money and all this time, you're the customer, so you should probably know a little bit about them. All right, so this is very important to me because a lot of times when I ask students why they want to go to a specific school, they give me a very common answer. They have new facilities that are close to home. They have something very common that is said by many other pre-PTs. And if they want to stand out, that's not very advantageous to them to say the same things everybody else is saying. It's like telling a pretty girl they're pretty, or a tall guy you're very tall. It's like they've heard that before and they're going to be like, that's nice, but do you have anything else? You got any better lines? You got any better jokes? You got any better game? Like, you want to stand out to this school? Like, let's go. Like, stop playing around. Stop using the same dusty old line. So with your research of the schools is where you can stand out. You can cultivate that knowledge to make you look impressive and not say the same old lines. And they'll be like, oh, you actually know a little something. You did your research. How did you know that? A lot of people don't know that. How did you know this person, this and that? So we're going to be using those same 6 questions, the who, what, where, when, why, and how, to find some research and to answer some questions about different aspects of the school that you probably didn't know before. Now, same concepts apply. Podcasts, conferences, APTA website. What research did the school do? Did they go on any mission trips? What's on their website? Have you talked to alumni or current students there? Do some digging. You're going to have to put in a little bit more work than in the profession video, but this is where the students who stand out really stand out because everybody isn't willing to put in that work to find something different about the school. So for example, let's just say the school you want to go to or interested in is a hybrid program. And you're like, I want to go there because it's a hybrid program and I can stay close to home. Well, that's why they're a hybrid program. You got anything else? Got anything different? But if you're like, hey, I want to go to your school because you're a hybrid program, and I also saw that you were on the Pre-PT Grind podcast. Check that out, Pre-PT Grind podcast, shameless plug. Sorry, now this might be a little bit longer than 3 minutes, and that's okay. So check out the Pre-PT Grind podcast. We have something called the faculty highlights there every month, and a faculty member from a PT school comes on our podcast. So back to our scheduled program. If you go on our podcast and listen to an episode with a faculty member from the school you want to go to, now you can say, hey, I listened to this podcast and I learned the who, what, where, and the how. And I'm just interested in learning the when of something, right? When did you start the hybrid program? How is it now I'm just filling some things in. How is it going because of coronavirus? I learned this, I learned that about you. Why do you use this teaching model in your hybrid program versus this? Because I saw that this other hybrid school does this teaching model, but I like yours a little better because it's a little different and it caters to me a little bit more. And I read a research article in this study about hybrid programs and online learning since coronavirus because, are you following me? Do you get it? You got it now? And now they'll be like, oh my goodness, who is this person? How do they know so much about this and that and that and this? So that's what I want you guys to start thinking about. Do a little digging, do a little work, put in the extra effort because it is going to show and you are going to stand out with your research of the programs if you can do that. So stop using the same dusty pickup lines and use this concept of the who, what, where, when, why, and how and apply it to your physical therapy school research to stand out in your PT school application. So subscribe, like, share, listen to the Pre-PT Grind podcast as well. Tag your friends, share it out so we can reach many other pre-PTs like you and help them stand out in their application.